Hello guys and welcome to my new Magicka Sorcerer PvP build for the group and for solo player. It doesn't change so much between solo and group setup. The only things that change are the skills, of course, and I will show you however. Now let's start for the stats. You see I have 37k of Magicka, 22k of health, and 14k of stamina. This is because I'm using this food to increase all of my stats. Because Sword needs to have a little bit more stat to dodge and block. Okay. Then I have 1.5k of Magicka recovery, and my spell damage is 2.1 without any buff. If I buff myself, okay, you see I can reach 2.5k. The spell critical is not so high. I prefer using skills, all of the skills, but if you want to boost a little bit more the crits, okay, you can use Inner Light and have 41 chaos of spell critical, but I prefer going with Mage Rat to have a little bit more burst damage. Then for the Mundus I have Alternate Mundus, and the potion that I'm using are these 3 stats potion. You see it gives health, Magicka and stamina back. Then this is all for the stats. Now for the gear I'm wearing 5 pieces of spinner, you see, 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, and where it is, okay, knuckle, and the staff. Try to have it all impenetrable, okay, all impenetrable. I don't find now the 2 pieces, 3 pieces impenetrable, but it's better to have all impenetrate here. So you see, spinner is good if you face all of the classes except Magicka classes that are using shields. So I know maybe someone is thinking that for Magicka user, against the Magicka user that I'm using shields, it doesn't really good, because you cannot have more penetration with the shield, because shields has no spell resistance, so you don't have any penetration on it. But if you can take the Magicka shield down, the spinner will work and you do a lot of damage. So I like it, I really like it for Sorcerer, because Sorcerer has a lot of burst damage and you can choose when use your burst damage, so it's good to have it. Then I have 5 pieces lead, 2 pieces here, okay, the boots and the leg, 2 rings, and my other stuff. You see, what does the 5th bonus do? When you fall below the 33% of Magicka, increase your Magicka recovery by 1k for 20 seconds. This can only happen once every minute. So what we do when we use a lot of Magicka, okay, I try to take it down, okay, let me take it down a little, and I will show you how to change my Magicka. Okay, you see it is activated. 3.1k of Magicka recovery instead of 1.5. So this is Lychee, okay, and it's good because when we are doing our rotation, okay, on the desktop bar, we are good and we are not using so much Magicka. But if we go down till 30, okay, you see it's hard to put it down when we have Lychee up, okay, and I change bar. It doesn't change anything now because Lychee was activated before it passed a minute. So but when we just fall down with a Magicka pool, we just can change bar, activate the leech, and have more magical recovery back, and then change again. Okay, so and when we are on the resto bar, we don't have spell penetration, unless when we are on destro bar we have it. Then I'm using 2 pieces of Infernal Guardian. I like so much this set. This is, I think it's broken, but maybe Zos will fix it. But for now, you can use it. What does it do? It you have the 5th person of chance to spawn 3 mortar. Okay, that does 7k of flame damage to all the enemy within 5 meters. Okay, this can occur once every 6 seconds. So every 6 seconds, if we just use 2 times the shield, we are sure to have three lava pool. Okay, that goes to the farthest enemy from us. The thing is that it goes through walls, it goes through the doors, it goes through anything. Okay, for example, if we are down, okay, at the tower, and there's an enemy on top, we just pop it, and we can hit the enemy on top. This is really broken. And another thing, if there are night blades or some another enemy hiding near you, you should just pop your shield and Infernal Guardian proc, and you can get the enemy out of stealth without doing anything. Okay, and this is all. I have to change. I try to not change this two to have a little bit more health and Magicka. But if you want, just put Magicka on Magicka glyph on this too. I have all spell damage on the jewelry, and my desktop bar is adjusted with spell damage increase, and my resto bar has the normal enchanting to gain a little bit more Magicka back if we are going really down. So this is all for the gear. Now for the champion point, I'm using 20 on Tamatur to boost a little bit more our dots and our ulti. Then I have 100 on the elemental expert, 30 on spell erosion, 27 on healthborn, 10 on blessed, 20 on tumbling, 77 on arcanist, 19 on magician. Then I have 20 on quick recovery, 90 on bastion, 24 and 23 on elemental defender and hardy, and 30 on resistant. This is all for the champion point. You can change a little bit, but I like to have the shields and the damage. You can put away thaumaturge, okay, here, but I like to have more damage for the dots. I have this dot, okay, Boundless Storm, and of course the Eye of Lightning. This is a dot damage, remember it. So this is all for the champion point. Now for the skills, this is I will show you the solo player skills, then I change it for the group player. For solo player, on destro bar we are using Hardened War, okay, our main shield. This is really strong, you see 11k of shield. Then Velucious Curse, Crystal Fragment, Crushing Shock, and Mage Rat. So basically what we can do to this is the really strong combo. Velucious Curse has 3.5 seconds to explode. So what you can do, you can put it on the enemy, just use Crushing Shock, and if you have Crystal Fragment, use after. So 1, 2 and 3, because when Velocious Curse and you are just hitting him with the Crystal Fragment, and the combination of these two hits really hard, okay, and the enemy finds himself with really less health in a second. So another thing that you can do, you can put, before doing this rotation, you can put Mage Wrath on him, because it takes 4 seconds to explode, so put this, put Velocious Curse, to Crushing Shock and Crystal Fragment. After 4 seconds, okay, if you take the enemy below the 20% of health, it will explode, doing a lot of damage, really. So put this before doing the rotation. Then I'm using Eye of Lightning, okay. This ulti is really strong, believe me. I like more this because a lot of enemy now are stamina, and they come closer to you, so I prefer using this morph even in a group. Okay, if there are a lot of sorcerer in a group and you don't have to use negate, Eye of Lightning is better because follow you instead of putting on the ground in a place. So in a group you have to always to move to a place or another, and it's better that ulti follow you. Then for the rest bar I'm using Streak, our main movability skills, and it's really good stun AoE. Okay. Then I have Power Surge, our buff ability. You can put Structured Entropy to have a little bit more health, but I prefer, okay, you see my health is 24 now instead of 22, but I prefer Power Surge because it heals me a little, but the most thing is that I don't need the enemy to buff myself, so before start a fight I can just use it without that enemy saw me, okay? Then Harness Magicka, Healing Ward, Boundless Storm, and Energy Overload. You can just put if you don't like it, okay, his Greater Adamant or Suppression Field, okay, Negate. I like it because on my third bar I have some utility skills like against tricks. Daedric Minefield I put it on the ground when I think to stay in place. Okay, then Defensive Rune, this is good against the gankers. Okay, then Hardened War again, and Purge if you have some. I don't have already morphed, use the Efficient Purge, okay, because it costs really a lot, 5k of Magicka. And then, okay, I use it on the destro bars to regen more Magicka. I use Energy Overload to regen Magicka gains, and because Eye of Lightning I can put it only here. Okay, this is all for the solo skills. Now for the group skills, it changed a little, not so much, but it changed a little. Okay, what we can do is using Ardent War, Blockade the Storm. Okay, this is good AoE damage. Okay, then Crystal Fragment, Restraining Prison. This is really good in a group because you immobilize all the enemy in front of you, and in a fight a lot of enemy don't know what happened, and if you are running, okay, if you are running aggression, you can just interrupt them, use this, and negate or the Boundless Storm. Because if the enemy are immobilized on our AoE, they will die for sure, because normally ulti of the Destro really hits hard, and a lot of players try to escape from there. Okay, so if you put immobilize and then streak on them, you stun them, and you stun them and immobilize, so they have to do a break free and then a dodge roll to escape, and they are probably dead instead. What if you want to have a little bit more solo skills? Okay, just take away Crystal Fragment and use Crushing Shock. I like to have Crushing Shock to stun one single target player, okay, with the skills, okay. Um, and in a group you don't have to use a lot of single target ability. This is our endless skill, so it's good to have it, but again, if you want to have more Magicka and a little bit more crit, okay, we can reach 4k of Magicka, and it's harder with this. It's up to you really. Then for the ulti, it depends on the group. You can use Eye of the Storm, okay, Eye of Lightning, or negate. Okay, it depends on how many negates you have in a group. It's really good to have 3 negate to make a rotation of it, and have a lot of death ulti, so it depends what your group needs. The second bar is the same. I like to have it like this. Bounded Store is good to have it boost a little bit more our spell resistance and physical resistance. You see our crit resistance is really a little high. Okay, we can increase it, but okay. So I don't change nothing from the second bar, and again for the overload bar is the same. If you want, okay, because the group needs a little bit more healing or more purge, you can put okay, some healing ability, okay, some healing ability like healing springs, okay, if group needs, or purge. Where is it? Here, or purge here, to help a little bit. But it depends on what of what the group needs. Okay, this is all for the skills and for the build in general. If you like the video, just hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you. Bye.